Don't do the clap. Ew! That's fucking disgusting. Alright, hi everyone, welcome to Sip and Talk Shit.
Don't even know where to look. Sorry, you talk.
Nick! Okay, this is, that was the producer Nick, also my boyfriend. Okay, this is the second episode. Hope if you did listen to the first one. If not, go check it out. And today we are here with Nick and Shuban. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
You go first.
The fuck?
What?
Is this the news where we gotta like introduce ourselves?
No, just say I'm Nick.
You can talk. You can say
Nick,
whatever you want.
Nick. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shuban.
I'm Shuban. I'm probably going to be the best guest this show's ever had.
Like, I don't know what more information you want with us introducing ourselves.
Okay, if you don't remember if you haven't listened to last episode, Nick is my boyfriend and is also the producer, seeing as he didn't want to say anything.
You said that before. Like, am I gonna reiterate?
I don't know. Say something about you. What do you like to do?
Film.
Film.
I don't know. That's boring.
Shuban.
I also like to do film.
Yeah, we all went to
the
university
podcast.
together. Shuban and I have been friends for around, I reckon it's over 3 years. Oh, coming up.
We're coming up on 4. No.
Really? I was just like, no, because it was a 3-year degree, and we met like right at the start of uni.
Yeah.
At like the, I think the first time we really got to know each other was that launch party. At the Fox Hotel.
When Chelsea was under straight up illegal, we just gave her drinks even though we weren't meant
so
to.
my first year of uni, I was 17, and basically, like, they had to go up to the bar and buy me it. But then, like, everyone there, like, all the bartenders, because I went up to the bar and did a shot with you guys, and no one questioned it because they would be like, oh, they're at uni, they're all over 18.
But it's weird because you had they took that into account and they gave different wristbands.
But I had, like, a long sleeve on, so, like, the people at the bar couldn't
Sneaky.
actually see, so they didn't know. And so, the first time I met Shuban he was pretty drunk.
And every other time since,
And
I've been pretty drunk.
And then, me and Nick also met at uni. But not until the, like, second year.
Yeah.
So me and Shuban met, like, right at the start of 2019.
I don't really remember you first couple of years of uni, to be honest.
Yeah, I sort of just flew under the radar a bit. Like, I had long hair.
Yeah.
Which was a big thing. Like, I had long hair.
I never saw you with long hair in person.
And then, I cut it pretty much towards the end of the first year. And then, like, a lot of people were like, is this a new guy? Like, what's going on? Because transformation. Glow up. Nah.
Do you think you look better with long hair or short hair?
Nah, I think short hair, but I like long hair when it's out, but when it's in the bun, it just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Deal with a man bun.
Because, like, when it gets too long, like, all I was doing, I was just tying it back because it's just getting in my face.
It was pretty ugly when it was long. Like, I wouldn't have liked you.
Ruin his confidence, will you?
I wouldn't have liked you if you still had long hair.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
Women are so shallow, aren't they?
Look, shut the fuck up. Also, should probably mention, this last week, completely forgot to do it, but we actually have drinks today. Shuban's got his orange juice. They were all from Macca's. Nick had a frozen Coke, but he's drunk that within, like, the 5 minutes of getting it.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking?
A Dewey.
Mountain
Dew.
Mandy.
And
this is where we should bring up our sponsor, Mountain Dew.
No.
You wish.
We have, like, Modless here, just like my mom. She's actually funding this. No,
She's
and
like,
then...
ooh, I might go get a Mountain Dew.
There you go.
And I've just got the Coke no sugar. Because we're on a
I like the no
health
sugar.
kick.
Yep. There
Yeah,
you go.
well, because, like,
even know Macca's did
we're going to the coast on Sunday, so I know I'm going to be eating and drinking like shit. So I was, like, trying to keep it healthy for the week.
Nice.
Yeah, so I forgot to do that last week, though. Thought this week I'd actually mention, like, what we're drinking. And yeah, so I feel like this will be a good episode to talk about some drunken nights, crazy stories, because every time me and Shuban are together or every time we go out, somebody's blacking out. Like...
9 times out of 10.
9 times out of 10. It's always good, literally.
Whether it's in a toilet,
Pantry.
a bathroom,
Pantry.
a kitchen, yeah.
Uber.
My mum doesn't listen to this.
I know. It's not really popping off Shuban just yet.
It might blow up in Malaysia.
In Malaysia. Yeah,
You say you
hopefully.
want to blow up Malaysia?
What's up?
Hey. Alright. funny. So I guess, Shuban, I'm going to ask you, what is, like, that I've been there or Nick's been there, which most likely, if I've been there, Nick's been there, vice versa. What is the craziest night that you can remember that we've had out? Like, and you can think of craziest in any way possible. Like, you can be like, you know, interpret it any way you want.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tricky one. Because it could go multiple ways. Because, obviously, we black out a lot. From over drinking, but there are other nights that have nothing to do with like our drunken levels and things just happen.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. The first story that came to mind was the massage story.
Yeah.
Should I tell it?
Yeah, you can tell it.
So basically, do you know this story fully?
It sounds like you're going like.
It sounds like you're saying you got like a happy ending.
You want to get a happy
Oh.
ending, like
No.
a porn massage.
That's for a different episode. No, but
Wait, I think you did tell me this story.
yeah, maybe. Anyway,
Didn't you ask it?
No,
what's up? No,
Nick!
that's
okay.
the other story.
Oh my god.
No, but the story I'm talking about was once Chelsea, me, and my good mate Leo went out with a few other people. I think I don't know who was out that night, but by the end of the night, it was just the three of us. This would have been like 2019, so first year we met.
Yeah.
And we had left the club and we were waiting for the Uber or something. And Chelsea really needed to pee. I also needed to pee really badly. And there was just nowhere to go. There's no public toilet.
Because
or
it was like,
anything.
normally I'd hold it, but it was like really
It was really
bad.
bad,
Like,
yeah.
I was like, I'm going to pee myself.
And like, we can't line up back into the club just to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was going to take too long. Chelsea would have wet herself.
We had done that before. Do you remember when we needed to pee and you paid $5 entry to get us in to go pee?
But that was when there was no line. But on this night,
Yeah.
it was really busy.
Yeah.
And anyway, so long story short, we're running around Brisbane Valley like for like 20 minutes with no toilet in sight. And there's this little strip with stairs going up, and there's like a big massage sign. You know the one I'm talking about? It's flashing lights. It says open. And so the three of us, Chelsea, me, and Leo, went up, and we knock on the door. And this short Asian lady opens the door, and she's like in a robe or something. And she was like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "We need to use the bathroom really badly, please." And I was literally begging her. And fair play to her. I think she kind of felt bad for us because we clearly needed to use the bathroom. So she let us in. She was like, 5 minutes. You only get 5 minutes.
Yeah, just like in and out.
Yeah.
We're like, promise.
And we went in. There's just this dude walking around with like a towel around him. He was definitely getting some extras.
Yeah,
to be
I
honest.
swear to God, he looked so sus too. Like,
Yeah.
and he looked really drunk as well.
Yeah.
And because she was kind of like, when she opened the door, she was kind of like didn't fully open
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
either.
a bit startled. Like,
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what do you want?" And because like the sign said open, so we're like, you know, we'll just quickly go use their bathroom. They're
Yeah.
open, but like, why didn't we go through our heads? Like, why is this massage place open so late?
Oh, that dude was definitely, feeling
getting one
feeling
of
a bit
those.
lonely after a night out.
Yeah, getting one of those extras.
Yeah.
Maybe you can recommend some friends or something.
Can you name this episode Happy Ending or something?
Happy ending.
You're gonna get clickbait.
Literally.
Yeah.
You still can drink at the same time.
Yeah, that comes to mind straight away.
What about you, Nick?
Like,
With me and Shuban. Because, like, you don't get drunk very easily. Like, me and Shuban, I feel like we get drunk, like,
Yeah.
every time, and we get, like, it doesn't take us much.
yeah.
We just fully send it every time.
I mean, it does make sense because
I got pretty.
small white girl, big white man, Asian man. I mean, you're gonna have the highest tolerance.
Well, like, I got pretty messed up at New Year's, but I think uni-wise, like the second year ball.
Oh, yeah.
That was like crazy because, like I ended up passing out in the bathroom, like at the cubicle, like for like 40 minutes.
I
or
thought you
so.
said you didn't pass out. I thought you said you were just, like, throwing up a lot.
I don't even, like, I think I went in there because I felt like I was going to throw up because they were, like, bringing out mimosas like crazy. Like, they were walking around with mimosas and jugs at
In
the
the
tables
jugs,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. And, like, the tables were, like, circular tables, so everyone was just sitting around in a circle. So, like, I had someone on either side of me. I probably shouldn't do that. And then, like, I think I was sitting next to Lizzie, and I can't remember who was on my other side. But, like, they kept putting down, and, like, everyone had, like, 2 glasses each, because, like, there's one on the other side. And I was just downing them as soon as I got them.
Yeah.
So I had, like, 10 or so in under, like, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then obviously got sick. Someone had a vape. We were vaping outside. I didn't do anything else. But, yeah, I passed out in the bathroom for like 40 minutes and I woke up because the security were like banging on the door or whatever, and they actually got in, and I was like...
They're probably like low-key concerned.
And I think I like had my pants down, so I like immediately pushed the door back and closed it, thinking that it was just some random person trying to bust in. I didn't even think it was security. Pull up my pants, I'm like, just one sec, mate. You know, tied up, did up my shirt, I'm like, shit. Fuck, look at the time. And then I open up the door and there's 4 security guards just standing in there. And I think...
Oh my God,
are you in the bathroom
4?
as well? I think
I
you
wouldn't have been there with the
or
seckies.
you, Ryan, or like Sean were like, was also in the bathroom, and someone was like washing their hands at the sink, and there's 4 security guards there, and they're all just having a chat, and they were like sort of standing in the way a little bit, and I was like, sorry, can I just go clean up? And then like I went there, wiped my hands, wiped my mouth, like rinsed it out, and then I just walked straight out of the bathroom because I was like, they're not in there for me. They must be in
Did
there.
they not talk to you?
They didn't even talk to me. They were just having a chat. So I walk out and just walk back to the table, and I'm like putting on my jacket. Next thing you know, I've got 4 security guards that are standing behind me, and they're like, you gotta go, mate.
Were they
I'm
nice?
I'm like, oh, okay. And then like everything's so like blurry because I'm so like fucked. And they like walk me straight to the elevator. Elevator goes straight down. Like everyone's walking down because we're at Cloudland, so everyone's walking down the stairs to get down. And then like elevator doors open. I'm like, thank you. Walk out, cross the road, line up at Rick's and get let right in.
Well, yeah.
How did you get let in? Oh my God.
You just gotta like.
Well,
you just
probably
gotta keep a straight face.
You know, you actually probably slept it off, like in the toilet. I'm not even joking. You probably slept it off.
I was still so dizzy at Rick's.
Really?
I had
Maybe
to stop
you just
drinking.
really get
I was drinking water.
I've never not been let into a club, so I feel like I
Okay.
actually
Same.
have a good That is a lie. Oh my God. Well, can I tell that story?
Oh yeah.
On my 18th, for my 18th birthday, I got like a party bus, and I don't know, I felt like I was pretty sober that night. That was actually one of the nights that I didn't get too drunk, but Shuban got so drunk, and we were going to like, it was just one of like where was it that you didn't get let in?
It was just one of the bars.
Yeah, we were just going to like one of the bars. It didn't even have a scanner. Like it was just like one of the seckies that checks your ID like at the front. And like Shuban already like stumbles across the road over, and the guy looks at him and he's just like, how many drinks have you had tonight? And Shuban goes, just one party bus. And he looks at me and he's like so confused, and he's like, what? Like thinking that's the type of drink. And he's just like, like what? And then you're just like, just one party bus. And he just went saying this so sober, like too. Like you said it like you were so sober.
I was so confident in my
serious.
answer.
Yeah, you were so confident. You're like, just one party bus. And then he's just like, looks at me and he's like, I can't let him in. And I was just like, I understand, like fair enough.
I wouldn't let me in either.
I was like, I'll take him back to that bus. Like, I was like, there's no way we're getting
He's probably
in.
thinking it's some fucking massive.
Yeah, like a drink.
Yeah, like a
cocktail or
drink,
something, you know?
Actually, that maybe should be a new name, like the party bus.
Oh my God.
And that's something I wish clubs did at the Valley, is that I wish they like let us like get jugs and stuff at clubs, because very few clubs actually allow you to get jugs.
Bars allow jugs, obviously, but clubs don't really.
But like like Birdies, Ex-Cargo, none of them. It's all the singular drinks, and they're all.
Are you
like,
sure they don't do jugs? Have you ever asked for them?
Well, I don't know. You don't see anyone with it.
I kind of see why, because like especially in the top floor of Birdies, like it's so packed and there's so much dancing.
Do you really want to like?
If you're walking around with a jug, you're gonna. Like,
I think
people and shit.
they probably would, because like Ex-Cargo, a lot of the time they do like afternoon things as well, like on Sundays.
Oh, right.
So I feel like
we-
people would get a jug and go like to the table and stuff
Where
and
were
have
we
some
for
food.
the second year launch party?
The Fox, yeah.
Yeah, on
It
South
was that
Bank.
again.
Yeah, so they were allowed jugs there. They had jugs there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we kept getting those jugs. That was good.
But they all put fruit in the top, and it's like, I don't want to drink fruit.
Nick doesn't like fruit.
Nick hates fruit.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
I felt like those were also,
yeah.
they didn't like, I would drink like 2 of those and be like sober. So I felt like they just, it wasn't really worth
Right.
it.
But,
Like they were a bit watered down or something.
At the Cube in Toowoomba, they, like back when I was 18 going out, they did jugs there, and they did like, you know, just normal raspberry vodka, you know, all those
In a
sort of
jug.
drinks in a jug.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And like, you know, you don't have to go up there with your friends to show them that, you know, you're getting a jug for the group. It's $20 for a jug. They pour 4 like shots in there or so and put the drinks
You
in
have
there.
these-
That's like
And
2
you got a full
standard
fucking
drinks
thing.
on like a Friday, Saturday night out.
Yeah.
And you got a fat fucking jug. I was downing like 2
Oh
of
my
those,
God.
and you're getting
Need to go clubbing into Toowoomba.
yeah, you're getting messed up. for cheap, and it's great. Whereas in Brizzy, you can never get drunk enough because by the time that you've had your fourth drink, you're like, fuck, I've already spent like $80.
That's why I get munted at prees.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Yeah.
Then you struggle to make it out. Well, that's why, like, low-key, I like going out on, like, the Thursdays and Sundays because they have, like, the $5 basics at a lot of places.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like...
And free entry.
Free entry. It's just fun, too. Like, a lot of other people do it, so you know there's other people out most of the time. They're, like, uni students.
Thursdays are still free entry for uni students, I think. And our uni cards don't expire till, like... March. There you go. Yeah. We got 2 months of free Thursday entries.
Oh, really? We're at. A lot of places just do it for free.
Birdies does...
Yeah. We have to move on from it.
On a student night, have they ever checked your student ID?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. I think
they've never checked it.
Yeah.
Even at the cinema.
Maybe if you look like you were 30, they would be like, let me see your ID.
Even at the cinema, they don't even check it. Because you go into the screen and you click, I'm a student. You know?
They check if you buy it at the counter and you're like, can I get a student ticket? Tell you what, freaking, what are the Cineplex in South Bank? They have good movie deals. Like, it's so cheap there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's because, have you seen it?
Oh, yeah, the condition of the seats.
Please don't send me a cease and desist, but it is disgusting there. Like, it is, I remember...
That's so mean.
Do you remember when we went and watched, I think it was Toy Story 4 or something?
Yeah, great film, by the way.
And oh my god, like, you walk in and it's these massive cinemas, they're gigantic, but you're literally, like, sitting on popcorn, you're, like, standing
it's
on
not
it.
Clean
There's,
all,
like, Coke spilt on the chair.
But, like...
It's, like, disgusting.
For $7.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just, you don't care about the quality of, like, your experience, and you just want a cheap movie ticket, it'd be perfect.
But the thing is so you're going out to see a movie, like, why wouldn't you just watch it at home?
Because the one at Newmarket, it's so cheap, right? And you get fully reclined seats. Like, it's like IMAX and stuff. And
is it like the Jindalee Reading Cinema?
Oh yeah, what did I say? Newmarket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, the Jindalee one. Yeah.
Oh, so you meant that one?
I meant the the
so they
Reading Centre.
have real, like, good quality recliners. They're like leather seats,
all the way down,
electric buttons and stuff like that.
Drink
and like
holders.
we went and saw No Way Home, the new Spider-Man film there, and like
it's just like
people were rocking up with pillows and blankets. Like,
it's like I feel like you pay. It's like cheap too, and you get a better experience because it's nice and clean. You get to recline
and that's probably
all the way
one of
back.
the best cinema experiences. Not because like the audience was like super high, but because it was so comfortable in the seats. Like a lot of the time, like you're sort of, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Whenever I've gone to see a movie, I haven't really cared about how comfortable I am. I just watch the movie for the movie.
Yeah. I mean, but I feel like if you're going to watch something like the new Spider-Man, you'd want to invest a bit.
We did watch it at you guys obviously watched it at where would you?
Yeah, the Reading Cinemas.
Right, Jindalee, right, and we watched it at South Bank, and like it was cheap.
Did you watch it at the Cineplex?
We watched it at Cineplex, yeah, and I mean the audience was hype, and you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing I have on my list was the drunkest you've ever gotten on a night out that you can try and remember. Because, like...
Was that not the same question as before?
No, that was, like, the craziest. This one's the drunkest.
Oh, right.
I have not really a story about how drunk I was, but it's so when you were telling that story about how you got taken by the Secchi at the second year uni ball, that reminded me of one of our first interactions, if you remember this. When so I went into the bathroom, and Nick is obviously in bad shape, and
where's this?
At the ball in Cloudland, second year.
Second year, right?
Yeah,
right.
I went in, Nick's off his head, and I took a leak. I was washing my hands, and I think you guys have been dating for like maybe like less than a month.
Wait, when's this?
At second year ball.
No,
we weren't even dating then.
Oh, you weren't even dating
We
then?
were like
okay.
talking, but nobody really knew.
No one knew.
Right, but I had only met you like
secret
a couple times. Yeah, I'd only met you properly like 2 or 3 times, and so I didn't really know you. And one of the first things you said, I was in the bathroom, and you're obviously off your head, and you're like, Shuban, Chelsea showed me some old photos of you. You were so skinny, but now you're fat. I was like, I don't even know this guy. I don't even know this dude.
That's so funny. I remember that because I remember the next day you were you didn't care. Like you were just like, oh, it's funny. But Nick said this, and I'm like, oh, and I made him apologize. I was like, that is so horrible.
Opinion hasn't changed.
Oh yeah.
made him apologize because I felt bad.
That's so funny.
I didn't even know I say that, and that's not really something I do. I like.
That's
I
how
don't
drunk
go,
he
I don't go
was.
around
You
fat
were
shaming
You
people.
were sloshed that night.
Yeah.
Would you say Nick was more sloshed that night or New Year's this year?
No, the ball, I think.
I reckon.
New Year's, you were pretty wrecked.
New
But I
Year's, I was
even-
fun drunk.
Until the
Yeah.
end when you like dive on the bed, you're like, bucket, bucket. We had to like run and go take the bucket off Jenno who was vomiting in the other room.
Ew, gross. You gave me the
So
same
much vomiting.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Did she
So
vomit in
much
that
vomiting.
bucket as well?
I felt like I didn't get that drunk on
Did
New
I
Year's.
vomit in like a bucket
Eve?
that already had vomit in it?
No, she didn't vomit.
Oh,
She
right.
only vomited in the, I think she was vomiting in the toilet or something.
Like, do you find like after like a morning of just like vomiting, that like just the smell of vomit makes you want to vomit again, or like just
the smell
the
of like
smell of like the
alcohol.
toilet, like the smell of the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you go to the bowl, it's like you smell it and you're like, fuck. I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's the smell of
Oh, yeah.
alcohol for me. Like last weekend, I wasn't sick, but you know, I was hungover, like I didn't feel well, and I was drinking like vodka oranges all the night before. So every time I thought about like orange juice or like smelt orange juice, I was like, not good.
Alright.
That was me after the ball last year. Because obviously I downed a bottle of rosé before we went. And then when we were there, I got like 10 mimosas. That was
I'm
way
trying-
too much
was
wine
this
in one night.
last year?
year's ball was
It was like
did
3
you get,
months
Did
ago.
you get really drunk?
Like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Remember we did pre's at Lewis's house?
Yeah.
I downed the bottle of wine. And then we went. And then,
an 8
was like-
standard bottle of wine.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then mimosa after mimosa.
Yeah.
I honestly had so much self-control that night though, because when I knew I was gonna like black out, I was like, I'm not blacking out in the middle of this club. I'm like, I have to call myself an Uber, and I was like,
Did you
I'll get home.
see Ryan that night? He
Yeah,
was just hanging out with babes the entire night. He was who was he hanging out with? Like Ella.
We'll have to get Ryan on the podcast.
I'll have to get Ryan. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot her name. Who's Ella's?
Kelly.
We
Kelly-
don't have to mention names
Yeah,
because
right.
they
He was just
don't
hanging
wanna-
around all these chicks the entire night.
Yeah.
So, the boys.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I actually don't think I got that drunk that night either. But
the ball
only
night?
because the last ball night.
It just wasn't. It was like you just walked to a nightclub. It was literally that setting. There was no seats to sit down. It was just dance floor, DJ,
I think just because
and there was no formality to
the
it.
first ball, that's like
Was very-
very rough for me.
Yeah.
Like that was when me and Shuban
Oh,
became
yeah.
like best
Oh, yeah.
friends because
Oh, yeah.
I just drunk so much. I remember like because like actually that was another one. I was only 17, so I used like a fake ID getting
Oh
in
my God.
because this bitch looked nothing like me either. But like I just used to. We can cut this out if we don't want to put it in, but I don't care because what are they gonna do? Hunt me down?
Probably.
Yeah, but I hope they do. Yeah, well, I can't even remember where we went, but yeah, I just used like a fake ID and got in and then just drunk so much because I was like, oh my god, like, you know, I'm 17 and I'm able to like buy alcohol or get alcohol, so I was like, I'm just gonna drink as much as I possibly can, and just got so bad that yeah, like I couldn't even see, and then we were like on the way home, I thought I was vomiting in my handbag because I knew like I was just like I was like, Chelsea, like, don't vomit in the Uber, vomit in the handbag. And I apparently didn't. And it just went everywhere. I think I vomited in both because when I got out of the car, I, like, just must have I don't even remember. Like, did I just, like, fall?
You kind of stepped out and you spilled all your handbag and your handbag all fell out.
Because it had, like, all my, like, IDs.
And your debit cards and
Yeah,
stuff.
everything.
And your phone. And it was just smothered in your
In, like, vomit. And
Oh
then,
my
yeah,
God.
and because I was so blind, Shuban had to pick, like, my stuff out of my vomit.
A vomit-infested phone
Literally.
and wallet and everything.
Yeah. And then, yeah, passed out on, like, Shuban's couch. And then, yeah, had to call mum and dad to come pick me up the next morning. And I was not in good shape. I was like, bring a vomit bag.
Oh my god.
Because I was just, yeah, vomiting all night.
Clearly, we all go pretty hard at the ball. Guys,
Yeah.
if we do a Masters, we can go to the ball
The
again.
ball again. I don't think I want
I
to.
made a joke about it.
I'm not. A Masters and, yeah, I don't know, not a Masters.
Chelsea
myself.
has an issue with throwing up in Ubers and on top of other people.
Well, I've done it. Well, was it? Yeah. So I've thrown up in an Uber twice in my life, and I feel like that's not that bad. Like out of all the times I've been throwing up, I feel
out
like
of both of
twice.
those, how many did you pay the extra cost for?
Well, I paid for Shuban's. I transferred him. Obviously, I'm not gonna make him pay for it.
Yeah, it was like $200. I was gonna pay that. I would have been like, pay me.
Yeah, Shuban sent me the screenshot. He's just like, it was like, I think it was like 130, 180 or something like
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was
Hectic.
not cheap. It was a lot. there must have been a lot of vomit.
I've heard a bunch of stories though about how Uber drivers take advantage of that.
Yeah, well,
Like,
they took advantage of Nick the second time.
Were you the one telling me like you?
Well, there was, because she, like, on the way home, we kept getting the guy to pull over, and then I was like monitoring Chelsea, and I was like, pull over,
Yeah.
and he just wasn't, and then Chelsea threw up sort of on my lap, and then on the seat, and then like there was vomit in my back pocket, and then
True love,
eventually
ladies
when
and
we pulled up, I was like, all right, how do we sort this out? Does it go through Uber? He's like, no.
You have to transfer me directly.
You got to transfer me. I'm like, mate,
What
that sounds
did you...
sus. I'm like, you sure? You sure?
You shouldn't have done
Uber
that.
isn't
You
gonna
should
do
have
it?
said, look, if I'm going to be charged, I'm going to wait for it
And
to
he
come
was
through
saying,
Uber.
no, Uber doesn't do anything. It's got to be this. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do in the moment. Because we're outside Lewis's place. Is this guy got to get out of his car, start like a fight? Like, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You're like really sick. You're literally laying head in the grass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to fucking do.
So what did you do?
So I bloody transferred the guy. I just wanted.
How much
to get
did
you home.
Was it 150?
It was 180.
180.
And then the next day, Uber then charges me $80.
No, yeah, it was like 80.
They charged me $80 for the cleaning fee, and I'm like,
Did you pay it?
no. I went straight. I was like, I've already paid the thing, and then like ended up being some sort of chat service with someone, or I think I may have called, or whatever, and I was talking to someone. They're like, oh well, don't do that next time.
They were like,
we actually handle it. But like the thing is, the reason why the Uber driver would have wanted me to transfer is because Uber doesn't actually give the drivers enough money to cover these costs for the cleaning.
Right.
Often these cleaning costs over like $100, $200
And they
to
also
get the car
lose the whole
re-cleaned,
service for the
detailed.
night. Like, they
stop
can't do any
working-
more trips.
Yeah, they stop working for the rest of the night. And Uber barely even covers that cost.
Yeah.
So that's why these guys are getting, like, this guy probably has had it happen to him a couple of times.
Yeah. I don't know, because like when you were just saying about like how he wasn't stopping, that happened with like one of my friends, and she was really sick in the back, and we kept going, hey, can you please pull over, like we'll get out, like we'll call another Uber, or we'll come get someone to like pick her up, because like we know she's gonna vomit. And then he wasn't listening, and he wasn't stopping, and we just kept going, hey, like our friend's really sick, can you please pull over? And he kept looking at us and not saying anything, and didn't stop until we got to the destination, and she ended up vomiting in the car because like she was going to be sick.
I feel like in that case you shouldn't pay.
Well, it's
it
like,
sucks. Like, what do you do?
I don't know, but like it's like, but why would he do that? Because like he's lost all his like if they don't get paid enough by Uber to cover it, and then also he can't do any more rides at night, why would he do that?
Like and like, you can't get it done.
Because like
it's
it's not like he'd be profiting off
like
her
on
vomiting.
a Friday
You know
or
what I
a
mean?
Saturday means they can't work Sunday, and they've got to wait till Monday.
Like, unless he, like, wanted, like, if he didn't finish that trip, he wouldn't get the money for the trip. That's the only reason I can think of why he took us all the way to the destination. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if he had have cancelled, like, and dropped us off there, then he wouldn't have gotten the money for the whole trip.
Well, when
we would have paid that, like, that itself.
Other guy, like, we stopped 3 times, and you threw up all 3 times. It was the 4th time. Like, you're ridiculous.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I haven't done it since. Yeah, I haven't.
And I've learned my lesson, don't ride an Uber with Chelsea.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, contain myself. I don't know, I was trying to think of, like, have you ever been, because you've been kicked out of the club, you were telling that story before. Have you, Shuban?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, multiple times?
Yeah, of course, in like the same night.
Oh, really? Where was it?
I swear I've told you this. It was me, Leo, and this is such a stupid story, actually. It was me, Leo, and we were catching up with a mate from high school, Lockie. And Leo and I, for prees, had decided to play FIFA, and every time a goal went in, we would do a shot, and the final score was like 10-10, so we did like 10 shots each. And we were munted before even going out. And so we went out, and we were just all over the place. Got into a club somehow, but within like 20 minutes, you know in Birdies upstairs, they have that little couch area?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw it and immediately just went and lied down. And the second he came and grabbed me, like, you can't do that. You have to leave now. And I was like, shit. Anyway, got to another club 5 minutes later. Leo does the same thing. I was like, okay, I'm not falling asleep. Leo does it. We get kicked out of that one as well. So, yeah. And then on the ride home, he threw up in the Uber. So.
Oh my god. What? Who did? Leo?
Leo, yeah. That was a mess of a night, but iconic.
Yeah. That does sound good. I've never been kicked out, like, and I don't know how. Like, I've only, like, have you ever vomited, like, on the dance floor or, like, anywhere other than the bathroom?
No, God, no.
Because, like, that to me would be so, like, humiliating. I've never done it. Like, I've thrown up in the bath, like, in the toilets, but I've never thrown up, like, in a club, like, other than the bathroom.
You've never been kicked out of a club?
No, I've never.
They never kick out girls.
Although, one time I was in the line, and, like, you know how they have, like, the beer taps? Like,
Yeah.
and one of these guys, he, like, pushed it, right? So it started going down. And so I pulled it back to stop it. But all the chick saw was me pull it.
Yeah.
And so she came over and... Because, you know, it was a birdie. So I feel like... Look, I'm not hating, but I feel like sometimes the girls, they're a little bitchy.
Sure.
In a way. That's my opinion anyway. They can be. Some of them are lovely. But this girl wasn't. And so she saw me pull it to stop it. And she's like, don't touch that. I was like, he pushed it, so I was stopping it. And she's like, don't touch it. And I was just like, did you want me to keep it going? And she's like, what did you say? And I was like, did you want me to, like, let it keep going? And then I was with Erin, and Erin's like, just shut up. Because, like, no matter what I said, this chick was just trying to start something.
Yeah.
And so Erin's like, just shut up. And then, because, like, Erin had already given her card, and she started, like, tapping it, like, going like this with it for some reason. And then she was, like, looking around, and I could tell she was looking for a security guard or something. And then her co-worker came over, and she's like, looked at me, she's like, is there a problem? I'm like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, I haven't done anything. I was pulling it because the guy behind me had pushed it. And then so she just processed the drink. And then this girl, went, looked for the security guard. And me and Erin just went and, like, sat with this group of people. And I guess they never found me. So they never kicked me out. But I'm like, what did I do?
There's some stories going around with that, with, like, where, like, cases of, like, some sort of miscommunication or something where, like, people are getting kicked out and they've done nothing wrong. Or, like, they're trying to communicate that they've done nothing wrong, and, like, Sekis have just used their power against them. Like, did you hear that story about that girl at Rick's who was, like, I don't even know if she was drinking, but she was asking for, like, water, whatever. It was all over Instagram stories and stuff like that. And, like,
Rick's released a statement.
What was that?
Rick's released a statement.
Actually, I think I know what you're talking about.
And she was, like, asking for some water or something, and... no, she paid for a drink or whatever, and the guy's like, no, you need to drink the water.
But they
charged her for, like, the alcohol drink.
And she was asking for her money back, and then the security, like, dragged her out, and did they throw her on the ground? I don't know what happened, but I just heard it was like a massive, like, abuse of power, and I don't even know if she's got her money back.
Yeah, no idea.
Well, yeah, why would you, like, if you're going to give her water, why would you charge her for, like, a $9 drink, $10 drink? Like, that's so wrong.
I'd be pretty upset if that happened.
I'd be really upset.
Like, even when, like, I've been told I need a water, I either get the drink or, like, they don't
offer you for it. Like, they'll be like, no, sorry, like, I'm cutting you off. Have some water.
Yeah.
That's or, like, well, at Lewis's, they, like, gave you a glass of water, but they still let you have a drink. They cut you off at
Lewis's.
They didn't cut me off at Lewis's.
No, but they gave you the water.
They gave me a water
They said,
and
like,
the drink.
have the water.
I left the water on the counter because... I don't know, I must have grabbed a drink. Someone else came up and grabbed the water and walked off.
But they gave it to Nick because I think they were trying to sober you up. Like, you could tell you were drunk.
Yeah.
Right. How was Lewis's? I feel like it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I didn't get too drunk because I was worried about Nick because he was getting so drunk.
I don't even remember.
Well, we came home and Nick, like, just passed out on the floor.
What?
Yeah, you literally just, like, collapsed. It sounded like it really hurt too. Like, you just went, like on the ground.
Remember when I broke your shoulder?
You did not break it. It just, like, really hurt the next day and, like, was sore because we were both drunk and I was just like, I can give you a piggyback, and then Shuban jumped on and I just went right down. Like, I just went right down and,
imagine, like,
hit the wall.
Bear, like a cat trying to give a bear a piggyback.
I just, when I drink, I think I'm, like, invincible. Like, it's an issue.
And then you remember you're not.
And then I remember I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really loud, like,
thump. Yeah.
On the ground.
Oh, yeah, you went down, like, immediately.
Every time I go out, I wake up with, like, multiple bruises.
And then the next day, you're like, oh, my shoulder really hurts. I'm like, oh, you fucking...
Like, it really hurt.
Because I was telling you guys to stop messing around. Because, like, it's outside my bloody apartment. I don't want to wake up the neighbours. And you guys are, like, trying to climb on top of each other and all that. I'm like, stop, settle down. Oh, we're fine. And then that shit happens. I'm like...
Not fine.
Serious.
You had to go to the doctor, didn't you? That's funny.
I didn't go to the doctor. It was fine the next day.
She just walked around South Bank with a sling.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep it in place because I felt like I would have made it 10 times worse if I was, like, moving it a lot. Like, they always recommend to keep it, like, you know, still.
You had to go on set with it, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I went home early from set that day because I was just in so much pain. Like I was like, I just need to sit down.
Yeah, you're on my set.
Yeah. So I went home early.
We do film in case that wasn't mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
We did film.
Can you stop mentioning?
We're trying to still do it.
Yeah.
We have graduated and we're in the process
process
of searching for jobs, which me and Erin talked about on the last podcast.
Yeah.
But we don't need to talk about that again.
You don't bring that up.
It's a depressing time.
You don't want to cry.
Anyway, well, we might wrap up the podcast there because I'm almost finished my drink.
Same.
Yeah. Nick finished his
yeah.
probably in the first 2 minutes of talking. But anyway, thanks for coming
I was
on.
thirsty.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Chain18. YouTube, give us a listen on the podcast, which should be on I should know this by episode 2, but Spotify, Apple Music, those type of platforms. It'll be linked down below on the YouTube channel, so make sure you go check that out. Shuban, do you want to link your socials?
www.onlyfans. No.
I was like, what? This is the first I've heard about it.
So I can look it up?
Yeah.
I'm in the top 1%. No, I swear every girl's in the top 1%.
1%.
That's in another
What do you
conversation.
feet pics?
Don't tell them. No, I'm kidding.
Don't tell them.
Pizza delivery.
Yeah,
Oh my
pizza boy.
God.
Oh, alright. Shuban just
Let's open up about that.
No, just plug it.
For
Plug in
next
your
time, if you
socials.
want to hear the
Next time.
pizza story.
When we have Ryan on, I feel like those are more Ryan stories.
Sure.
Big sausage pizza.
No, Nick. Shuban, just go.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Shuban with 5 N's. Yeah.
Nick, we plugged in yours last
Yeah.
time.
Look below.
But look below.
Yeah.
Look on the screen. Or if you're listening.
What?
If they're listening.
Oh, if they're
on,
listening.
it's a podcast.
Just nelson.jk.
Alrighty, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.